all tech Lansing.
All right. Hello, hello, hello. We welcome you. We welcome you to the D. Leonard Hughes Personal Development Institute and coaching show. We're so excited. Becoming, hold on, I'm trying to get everything situated. Okay. All righty. Hold on here. All right. I think we are ready to roll. We have an exciting subject today to share. I'm going to get started. I'm going to be on for about 30 minutes today, and then I'm going to pick up in another week because I'll be out of town next week. But I'll still be on. The show will still be on next week. I want to talk about, in order to achieve success, you have to move past working 9 to 5. Let me explain that again. In order to achieve success, you have to move past working 9 to 5. Wealth comes by multiple streams of income. So if you're just working one job, your life is limited unless you're having a job that you're making 6 figures or more. And it is possible if you set your mind and your goal to that point. Anything is possible. All things are possible to them that believe. So you have to, first of all, you can't have any negative vibrations towards those of us that's moving and operating in wealth. You can't talk against something and then try to get it. People say, well, it's about money. Well, if you're not about the money, just quit your job and go on the side of the road on the bridge somewhere. And it's not so much, I want to emphasize this, it's not so much working for money, but working your passion. And how do you know you found the thing you can do? Whether you win or lose, you still do it. Okay? Working 9 to 5 can limit you. And I want to take my time. I'm not going to finish all of this on tonight. I'm going to do 30 minutes and then come back and do it again because I want to kind of really unpack this. In order to achieve success, you have to move past. And it's not our fault. It's not our fault. It's the fault of how we were. Hey, Mama, that's my mother, Louis McRae. The fault of how we were brought up and we were conditioned and we were trained coming up in school. The main things that we needed, they did not teach us. Life skills, they did not teach us. Cooking, they used to do it in home economics. And it's because the government decides what to be taught and what not to be taught. That's why homeschooling is so important now, or private schools and chartered schools. You have to check the curriculum of that school that's going to get your child prepared. Only thing school really does is get you ready for college. Let me say it again. K through 12 doesn't teach you life principles. It teach you algebra and stuff like that, which is okay, but it doesn't tell you how to deal with everyday life. So what happened? K through 12th grade gets us ready for college. Okay, so the mindset of the masses of the people is go to school, go to college, and just work the rest of your life. That's not living, because you're limited to what you can do, what you can be, what you can have. It's not so much loving money, but you enjoy what money can buy. Let me say this. It's not so much of loving money, but you enjoy what money can purchase: a home, a car, medical stuff, or whatever. So the goal is not so much to just chase money, but it's to chase your passion, to chase your dream. Believe that you have your desire. The world runs 24/7, but that doesn't mean you must. You got to learn how to, number one, for those who are coming on, I'm on 5 platforms. Once again, this is not a church platform or a religious platform. It is a Christ awareness. Who is the Christ? The Christ lives within every single individual. Man, woman, boy, girl. You're born with that source. You're born with the Christ within you. That's the real you. That's the spirit you. That's the God you. That's the inner man. Okay? But it's up to you to take it further. It's up to you to decide, what do you want? It starts there. What do you want when it comes to your career? Now, first of all, hey, Shireen, everybody that's on, I don't want to start calling out people's names because somebody say you forgot, but I'm glad all of you there. Okay, so what was I saying? You got to know what you want. I'm not going to be able to unpack all this tonight. I'm going to come back next Friday and do it. What do you want? We have been programmed, and you go from job to job because you're thinking that's how you're going to pay the bill. I understand that. But everywhere you're going, every job you're getting, you're not happy. It's not resonating. You don't feel fulfilled. You feel that you having to do it for something, but you don't enjoy. There's something that says enjoy the fruit of your labor. Okay, so let me back up. We were taught, go to school, go to college, go to work. School did not teach us about money. There's people that's teaching in the colleges, PhD or adjunct PhD. They still don't teach how money works. Let me tell you something. When you learn how much, see, many of y'all are chasing money and you're getting frustrated. You're getting irritated because you can't get a hold of the money you want. You're going from paycheck to paycheck. And once you receive a paycheck in your hands, your brain stops. It comes into a comfort zone. Once a paycheck goes in your hand, your brain normally just shuts down. There's no more inventions. There's no more ideas because you've got a comfortable, and you look at what you get. How far in life can you really do with chasing money? Again, you don't chase money, you chase your passion. You don't love money, but you love the things that money can purchase for you. Okay? Before we go into exactly how to achieve success, you need to keep in mind that the world has changed forever. I tell people so much. Things have changed. Look at me, y'all. You gotta read and wake up. You gotta be in front of the curve. Okay? Stop being so religious and read and develop yourself. As you develop you, the money comes to you. The money ain't coming because you ain't developed. Money comes with a plan. You don't have a plan. You don't have financial literacy. You don't even know how money works, and you're struggling trying to make it happen. And you can just let it happen once you have a money consciousness, a money awareness, that you realize it's not so much the money, but this is going to help me bring my dreams and get my equipment that I need for and the products that I need for my business. But your focus must be on your passion, on your dream. Money follows ideas. Let me say this again. Money, I got a few more minutes. Money follows ideas. You don't have the money because you don't have an idea. You're living from paycheck to paycheck, retirement check to retirement check, Social Security check to Social Security check. I just want to live like that and do something different. Don't try something else. That's it. Try something else. All right. Now I want to share this out of the Christian Bible, Genesis 3:19. Why do I say that? Because I've got people from all walks of life that tune into this show, 5 platforms all overseas. So I'm very careful not to offend people in their religion. I respect that. And that's what, when you mature, you respect other folks' religion because there's a little truth in everything. Okay? All right. So here's where it started. God's plan was for Adam and Eve and for us to rule and to reign on planet Earth. That's the plan. You don't have to pray for that. It's already laid out. The blessing, you got to get this. You all are struggling in areas because you don't have the principles of the knowledge of how to do things. People, and I'm going to say this to the church community, you're running, you have a church, you're doing this, you're doing that, but no results. The things they're teaching you, there's no results. It's just the same old stuff, outdated information. How many things that's in your mind, how much information, hear me, 75-80% of the information that's in your head is outdated, and you haven't even went back to fact check. That's what I want to say. You haven't gone back to fact check, and you still trying to argue with something or convince somebody of something that was obsolete 10 years ago. You see why it's not coming? You see, God is not coming down and do nothing for you. He works with you. He labors with you. He gives you the tools to do it. I know religion has put that in your mind. No, there's no external God. He's in you. He that is joined to the Lord is one spirit. We're one in Christ. And this has to be the power, awareness, and the things that's important, people are looking over. But in the Christian Bible, I had to say all that to understand what I'm saying. Genesis 3:19, by the sweat of your brow. Work was a curse. It was a curse that Adam and Eve brought upon themselves. And the Lord said in Genesis 3:19, by the sweat of your brow, you will eat your food until you return to the ground, since from it you were taken, for dust you will eat. For dust you are, and dust return. You work by the sweat of your brow. That wasn't the original plan. That wasn't the original. The original plan was to rule and to reign. This is why Jesus came to reestablish the kingdom how it's supposed to be in the beginning. But if you're not knowledgeable of life and entrepreneurship, you're happy going to that one job. You know why? Because it doesn't challenge you to think. It doesn't challenge that job that you're on. It doesn't challenge you to do better. It doesn't challenge you to do you. You're just working and paying bills. Listen, beloved, that is not life. Okay, that is not living. Let me see here. I want to make sure that my Wi-Fi is on. Okay, I'm on. So I'm trying to move you. Everything is mindset. When you get the right mindset, it happens. You don't have to pray about it and beg and plead. You get the right mindset. You bring it into your life. But you don't have the right mindset, and you think the Lord gonna open up the windows and he gonna do this. That's already been done. He's not doing anything. When you met those folks in the Bible, he said, according to your faith, be it what? According to your faith. Hey, Sister Grace, according to your faith, be it done. So 75% of the work of manifestation is on your part. Other 25%, the Spirit gonna work with you. He's not gonna do it for you. He's gonna work with you. Okay? Can I say it again? He's gonna work with you. This is why I'm talking about you've got to move past that 9 to 5 if you want success. Now, if you're happy with that, that's fine. But there are people that want to live. Many of you, your passions and your desires are bottled up. And the older you get, the worse it gets. That you're unhappy, you're frustrated, you're stressed because there's something in you that's alive, but you can't let out. So you're living these frustrated anxiety lives because you feel like you're closed in, you feel like you're boxed in simply because you cases the roof, you're having to do that 9 to 5 every day. That was not the original plan. The original plan from the beginning was for us to rule and to reign. When it came to, again, Genesis 3:19, it was the curse. You shall work by the sweat of your brow. All right, let me go forward here. Then I'm going to get into what I want to share. And so when Christ came, he redeemed us from the curse of the law. The Genesis 3:19, you shall work by the sweat of your brow. That was a curse. When Christ came, he hated each other. When he came to free us from the curse of the 9 to 5. Now, if it's your business, that's one thing. But many that are listening to me, you hate going to work. You pull up on the parking lot. You say, oh, God. But the only thing you know, you got to pay the bills. All right. So that means at this point, there's something you can do. If you don't do it, nobody else is going to do it for you. You got to make up in your mind, you want to do better. I want my own business. There's so many. We've got one of our guests in one of our properties has a dog. And there's a young lady that comes every day in just 15, 20 minutes, take the dog out, walk the dog, put the dog back in, and that's it. But that's a side hustle. She's making so much money per week. If she get 10 to 20 people, just walking a dog. That's all she does. Open the door, walk him, and put him back in and go on to the next one. And you're talking about you don't have money. You don't have money because you're not creating anything in your life. You're waiting on somebody to give you something. That 9 to 5, I'm not knocking the 9 to 5. But I'm saying you've got to move past that because how far can you go with that? You're only making $50,000 or $60,000 a year, if that, and you're so miserable. Okay, so the curse was working by the sweat of your brow. All right, now I want you to catch this because I'm going to show you where society took us wrong, and we're still locked in that way of thinking or that way that they've trained us educationally. Okay, again, we learn in school is different for all of us, but it's meant to provide skills and information that serves the base. So I want to say this: school really, you're knocking school. Come on, I'm not doing that. What I'm saying, you got to think beyond that because K to 12 gets you ready for college. You don't learn. How many of you learn about money? How money works in school? They don't do it because the education department determines what they want people to learn. They don't want you to learn about money. Come on. Because you start learning about money, you start making money. Read about money. If you start reading about finance, you all are trying to get money and you don't even have financial literacy. There's something about reading about finances and budgeting. Okay, so something is devouring your money. Something you keep buying, something you keep doing, that's because the money is there in the bank. But something you gotta see what that is. It could be groceries, it could be this, it could be that. But you have to understand, you gotta like money. And everything that you were taught coming up, okay, I don't want to get ahead of myself, all right? Financial education for children is a responsibility of the parents. Even though they're going to school, life skills, you have to sit down. We have to sit down because I have a 4-year-old daughter. We have to sit down and teach her about money, teach her about life skills, and teach her about business. We're not teaching her, getting her mind ready for a job. We let her know all about businesses are her businesses. The Airbnb business, when somebody checked into property, we have to let her know somebody checked into one of your properties. You got to take their minds. Because I often say, if you go to McDonald's, you don't find any Asian people behind the counter. You very seldom find any Africans. You're not going to find any German because their mindset is taught to come over here and rule and to reign. Our mindset have been just find a job. And you find a job and you still can't pay the bill that you're dealing with. So you say, what are you saying, Dr. Hughes? I'm going to get to that. I mean, I get to all of it today, but I'm going to get to much as I can. All right. The problem is because if most teachers don't feel qualified to teach finances, how do you think the parents feel? The teachers are not qualified; they're not even qualified because they don't learn about how money works even in college. You've got to teach yourself financial literacy. All right, start a plan. What is you've been sitting on that business idea? You've been sitting on, I'm going to do. You've been talking. Many of you may got an app idea. These are the things now that you've got to know when it comes to ideas. You got to have an idea that's relevant for now. Okay, if you got an idea, let's for an example, somebody got an idea of building outhouses. No, it's no longer relevant. The things you're going to school for. You got to make sure that job, whatever you're in school for, in college for, within the next 10 years, you got to study and see, will that same job be around in 10 years? Church folks don't read. Most religious folks don't read, but they expect things to happen. It don't happen. It comes with knowledge. It comes with wisdom. Okay? All right, let's get into some more things. There's nothing wrong with college, but we have to prepare our own kids how to handle their finances before they leave for college. Don't send them off thinking they're going to, even in school, K to 12, don't send them off thinking they're going to learn life skills, financing, cooking, social areas. They may study sociology, but that's from all different areas. But their everyday life, they don't even know how to apply it to their everyday life. You got me now? You got to escape your 9 to 5. You got to pivot because you're not happy. You don't even want to retire. You ain't got no excitement. Some folks don't even have an excitement about retiring. Some folks, what we call, have quit quietly. What does that mean, Dr. Hughes? They've quit quiet. They're doing just enough to get by. When they first got to their job, they were wide open. But because they're miserable, you're not supposed to live in misery. I want you to say, God wants me happy. How does God want you happy? You make yourself happy. You think of things that brings happiness. You think of things that bring joy. We're so 80%, we're hardwired to deal in negativity, and we feed into it. Let me say that. As humans, we're hardwired into negative. 80% of our thinking is negative, but you feed into it. Just because it comes don't mean you have to think it. Just because it comes, don't mean examine what you say. If it's not empowering to you, if it's not empowering to the next person, if it's not positive, if it's not faith, if it's not something to encourage them, if you haven't updated your information, leave people alone. There's some folks that really want to get ahead. Now let me tell you something. What I'm saying, even as you pivot, it is not, and people don't like the challenge of going into their own business, living their dream, living their passion. They don't like the challenge because it's going to take what? Mental work. There's going to be resistance. You're not going to find people stop trying to find people to validate you. I'm going to say it again. Stop trying to find people to validate you until you become your own best friend. Until you can, I'm trying to help you. Until you can validate yourself. You can approve of yourself. When you get up in the morning, you validate. You don't have to walk around, oh, I need somebody to validate me. You at work, and then somebody says something negative, and your whole day is gone. You take on your day. That's what I often say. When you get up, you take on your day. Yes, things going to happen that's out of your control. It happens to everybody. So wake up. You can't control everything in your life, and you can't control everything and everybody around you. Learn to understand and deal what we call mindfulness. Deal with the moment. Enjoy the moment. Can I say it again? And it's a challenge because your mind want to go here, your mind want to go there, but you have to challenge it. And that's why we teach so strongly in meditation, because meditation helps you control your mind and it quiet your thoughts. And the best time to meditate, I don't care if it's 5 minutes before you go to bed, quiet everything. Concentrate on your breathing. Go off to sleep. Get up in the morning, same thing. All right, stay there, I'm not going nowhere. The school doesn't prepare us for life. What did you study in high school? What subjects did you have back then? And what were you taught in those subjects? Did algebra help you in any way after you've grown up? Or did trigonometry help you solve adult problems? You will find yourself wondering about all the time you spent on subjects that did not matter in real life. Schools help you get into college, and that's it. That's it. All of the other work you've got to do. Okay? You got to do that. All right. The fundamental problem that students face after graduating from school is their unfamiliarity with the way money works. Not a single class in school teaches you how to save money, handle money, and earn money. Dave Ramsey, I want you to write him down. Write him down. Hello, Sister Doris. Not write him down, but Dave Ramsey is very, very, very good in dealing with finance. You got to get some financial people in your life to teach you. Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I love him. I listened to him today. Okay, I feed my mind. I don't let my mind go here and go there, and I'm sitting up all over. It tries, but because I'm learning to be conscious of my emotions, I'm learning to be conscious of my thinking, and I'm learning to watch the mouth trap. Anything you say comes back to you. Let me get this, the law of confession. Whatever you say, you keep saying it, and you believe it, that is what you have. I was talking to someone the other day. They had some heart issues. And when people get negative, I go, I can't do it. I ain't no pity party. And they were talking, and they said, I got to go to the heart, doc. I said, okay, just believe God. Then the next thing they say, I hope I don't have to get a pacemaker. I said, I got to go. I don't try to talk people out of anything. We always go to the worst case scenario, and it doesn't even happen. Mark Twain said, I had a lot of troubles in my life, and most of it never happened. You know where it happened? Up here. Stay with me. Stay with me. People have lack of cooking skills. You don't learn that. No more home economics, no more typing, none of that. But just no skills. How many people don't have any? And you all have talents. Look at me. Look at the camera. You have talents, you have gifts, you have abilities. Oh, no, because you won't go within and you won't go on a journey to learn your passion because it takes work and you would rather stay on autopilot. You'd rather get up, wash up, take a shower, get a cup of coffee, get in your car. You go the same way you work at home, come back the same way. Come on. You got to break that. That doesn't help. That doesn't help your mind. See, once the mind is expanded, it never goes back to the original state. And the mind wasn't made just to keep doing one thing over and over and over and over and over, year after year after year after year. No. You got to be out there, get a wake up about being adventurous. Many of you want to travel. You don't even have your passport. If God opened up a door for you to travel, you don't have a passport. Somebody said, you bring your business, bring your idea to Korea, bring it to China. We want to help you. Go to Silicon Valley or whatever. You don't need a passport for that. But I'm saying you got to prepare yourself for wealth. Get your safe deposit box. May not be nothing in it. But prepare yourself. And I speak all the time. It's a scripture in the Christian Bible. Wealth and riches are in my house. You're struggling because you're not doing you. And for God's sake, don't even parents, let your children do them. Don't tell them what you want them to do. I want you to be a doctor. Because I want you to do this. That's the worst thing to do because you cause them to let them come to that awakening themselves. Don't pressure them. Don't pick their classes when they go to college. You can suggest it, but then back off. There's somebody looking for, say, okay, let them make decisions, and at times they make mistakes with those decisions. That's the only way they're going to build their confidence in making decisions. Some folks don't only fear failure. A lot of folks, Sister Ruth, people fear success. Because success, it takes you out of comfort zone. And the more you think you got stuff you dealing with now, the more money you make, the more businesses you get, but it feels good. I'm not bottled up. I'm doing me. We've got businesses going. So I'm expressing myself. Yes, inwardly, inwardly, you meet resistance. That old mind, that inner critic that talks. Oh, I can't stand that inner critic. He tells you how bad you are. People don't like you. All that you're doing, it ain't gonna work. You'll never. That's what we call inner critic. You got to shut him up. He ain't gonna shut up, but you got to shut him down. Let me say this. It goes on. And that's what happened with Christ when it was an inner critic. Kept talking. And that inner critic, you got to know the difference when he's talking. Don't believe what he said. The inner critic will tell you, people don't like you. You go in a room, oh, everybody's against you. And you find yourself here and you're constantly going down. And because the inner critic is talking to you and you think it's you, that's not you. That negative thing that's sabotaging you. And sometimes the inner critic scream at you. Oh, you shouldn't have done that. You're stupid. Inner critic. Inner critic. You got to learn not to listen to him. Have patience and don't force it. Okay? We're going to come back. We're going to come back because I really want to work on this. I really want to work with this. And that those entrepreneurs that desire, I want to show you and give you confidence. And if I can, push you as you pivot from that now. See, again, they didn't teach us about wealth. They didn't teach us about money. They taught us about a 9 to 5. Are you knocking 9 to 5? Excuse me, Dr. Hill? No. I'm talking to the ones that's uncomfortable, miserable, frustrated because you're not expanding and you're not fully expressed. There's nobody on planet Earth, before I go, there's nobody on planet Earth like you. The mandate, the idea, the invention. You don't even open your mind for an invention. I got an invention, an app. I can't talk about it. That's going to bring billions of dollars. Working on it now. I'm going to sell it to Lyft or sell it to Uber. But how it comes by reading, expanding my mind, reading other people's biographies, how they started with nothing and came up, having confidence, having that inner critic tell them what you can't do, it'll never work. You're too old. You should have did it 30 years ago. The city you in, it won't work. Stop. That's the inner critic. You know him now. Don't listen to him. And for God's sake, don't repeat what he says. When my friend, when she said that, oh, I hope I don't have to get a pacemaker. I said, you just opened the door for a pacemaker. When you say it, there's a door open. And if you say it with feeling and belief, that's what's going to happen. That's a law. It's a law. Okay? Let's see who I got here. All righty. So, Tranisha, keep working it. Others, Shireen, keep working. But while you're doing that 9 to 5, don't complain about it, boo. Have a plan. I'm only doing, and if you have another plan for another business idea, it takes away the drag and the frustration of going to that job, because you understand it's only a temporary situation and this job is helping me get to my passion. Okay? 9 to 5 can't do it. This is a time of entrepreneurship. The first shall be last, last shall be first. Shall be the head till you don't be the tail, but you're going to be the head. That time is not, but you got to move it. This is kingdom time. You got to move into it. I'm supposed to have been gone, y'all, but y'all commenting. So you can't expect to make a lot of money by doing what everyone else is doing. Think creatively, and find that big idea. If you're going the way of the masses, you're going the wrong way. That's how I live. I don't watch the masses and go their way. I go the opposite way, or I make a road, and after a while, later on, that road becomes a highway. But see, you all are thinking that thought, 9 to 5, go with everybody else work. Yeah, da, 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 da. That's a belief system. Please listen to me. You can be what you want. That's why I tell folks, you don't need another prayer partner. You need to become a part of a mastermind alliance group. Go on Facebook. Find mastermind alliance groups. Become a part of people that's doing what you want to do or have accomplished. But see, you can't accomplish what you want to accomplish by dealing with people that's not doing anything every day in your life. I'm trying to help you. You got great things you want to do. You need information. You need ideas. Iron sharpen iron. You need a mastermind alliance group. But you're hanging with people. Your environment is on a low consciousness and a low negative vibration. So how can you draw your good when you're in an environment of low mentality and low vibration? When you start hanging with people, and when you start hanging with them, you're going to meet resistance. That inner critic is going to tell you, what are you doing here? You ain't like these folks. You ain't come from where these folks come from. They better than you. I don't care who you are. Everything started small. Every business started small. But you know where it first started? In here, in action. Until you take action, you're going to get older and older and miserable and regrets because you're looking at those around you and you allowing them to define who you are. Maybe they're not saying it, but just being in the environment. Build up your business independence. Be patient and study during your downtime. Yo, I'm so bored. Why are you bored? This ain't the time to be bored. This is the time to feed your mind. You feed your mind. Life will feed you. Oh, I ain't never heard that before, but I just got it. Somebody put that in there for me. Tanisha, put that in there. You feed your mind. Life will feed you. Because it was set up. God is a God of infinite intelligence, wisdom and knowledge and order. When you get the wisdom, you got him. When you get godly intellect, you got him, or business intellect. It's all a part of him. It's not separate. Oh, I hope you get it before I go. Okay, most people don't realize that the years they spend trying to climb to the next corporate ladder are precious hours lost so they could be invested into building a company they truly love. Let me go here. Living paycheck to paycheck. Y'all supposed to be gone, but y'all are still there, so I'm gonna stay there. Living paycheck to paycheck can bring about as I just said, a different negative emotion, stress, overwhelm, anxiety, and fear. So you're wondering, and you're not overwhelmed. Your thoughts overwhelms you. Oh, I'm just so overwhelmed. Baby, it's not you. It's what's going on over in here. When you feel all that going, that you think is going, it's starting in your thought world. And that's the time to shut down 5 minutes, go away somewhere, breathe, relax, and then go back at it. Because you need your energy. That's why I tell folks, don't fuss and fight with people. If people don't see it, they ain't going to see it until they're ready to see it. You see it. See, there's certain clientele of people I don't deal with because they're not ready. So I put myself in an environment of people that are thinkers, that are movers, that are shakers. And when you do that, you start moving and shaking stuff, and success becomes contagious. Change your environment. The people that you noticing, the people that just overwhelmed you, are people that's not doing anything. And you're afraid of success. And a lot of people, I'm going to go, afraid of successful people. You fear success. So you rather just deal with failure. You rather be miserable because the success is the fear, another fear of the unknown. But I'm going to tell you something. It's better on this side than that side. That struggling, poverty side. Okay? Just don't let negative emotions hold you back from making changes or learning new things. When the last time you learned something new? I'm not talking about somebody new business, they gossip. I'm not talking about that. What have you learned? See, whatever I hear, I fact check it to make sure the right thing is going in my head. Okay, certain things you can't fact check because it's, anyway, much as I can. All right, see, the more you work, let me tell you something. The more you work, thank you. You feed your mind. No, you feed your mind and life will feed you. Tanisha, you feed your mind and life will feed you. Let me tell you something. The more business you set up, the less taxes you pay. The more you work, the more taxes you pay. When people say, oh, rich folks don't pay taxes, because we learn how to do, not avoiding taxes, not tax evasion, but you learn what's available from the IRS when you have a business. And people say, I'm just going to get an accountant. No, accountant, you need to know some stuff for yourself. Okay, here's another app that can help you link all your accounts to automatically track and categorize your spending. And the app is called Mint, M-I-N-T. Write that down. And I think it's a free app, Mint. When you're only chasing money, you're less likely to learn and develop in your job. If you are in the comfort zone and making the level of money that you feel is fair, you're on a cruise control down the path of least resistance. Okay? Remember, money is only simple medium of exchange, a tool or a resource we use to buy things and experience the things that we need. Okay? All right, I'm going to go. I'm Victor. Glad to see you. All right, I want to do this. I want those that would stand with this company, my personal developed company, stand with it today with a 20, there's information with a $23 donation or seed, whatever you feel comfortable with. I have to say that because I've got people from all walks of life on my mental wake up. I started with 10. Now I'm doing over 6,000. I'm on WordPress. I'm on Medium. I'm trying to get it out there. You got to, man, there's so many avenues to get your business out there. And when you accomplish one thing, don't stay on that. Go to something else. Multiple streams of it. That's what God gave Adam. That Genesis 3:19, you're going to work by the sweat of your brow. That was a curse. That wasn't God's original plan. And Jesus came to redeem us from the curse and gave us principles that we can enjoy the fruit of your labor. Hey, there's my daughter. Hey, bless you, unique. Okay? So stop thinking 9 to 5 and pivot to your own business. You say, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't care if it's selling catnappers. If you had told you had a girl here, we had a guest next door in Airbnb, and I want to say it again. And a young lady comes, he works, and a young lady comes every day for about 15, 20 minutes and walk the dog. She charges him $66 a week. Now, if she got 15 or 20 dogs she's walking within 10 or 15 minutes, that's money. Okay? I told y'all, religion don't bring you money. Religion don't bring success. Okay? You got to get out of that mindset. Get in the mindset, I can be, I can do, I can have. First shall be last, last shall be first. How does that happen with changing your mindset? It doesn't happen. I'm talking to the Christian church community. Oil is not going to do it. You got to change your mind. Information, being renewed. And I believe in the anointing of oil. I'm not saying that. But once you got to go beyond that, people need therapy. Let me tell you something before I go. If you need help, get it. If you got something up here that you just get, and sometimes in my coaching business, I just have to show people a different perspective. Because sometimes people are stuck on one perspective of life or one perspective of themselves. And religion will have you on one perspective of things and you'll struggle. And I'm giving you information to keep you from what? To keep you from struggling all your life. Okay? People say, well, I need a money miracle. I don't knock that. But if you get financial literacy, I don't live on a money miracle because money is working for me. Come on, somebody. You're not supposed to work for money. When you got a job, you're working for money. That's why you're tired. Okay? But when you get past that, it's not so much of the money, but I can supply my dream. Why am I asking people for $23? It ain't for me. It's for my company. Because mental health, Sister Ruth, mental health is serious. And we are shouting in the church and doing everything. And you know what a mental health problem is? It's in our young people. And we're not trying to reach them. I don't want to go there, but I'm not going to say that. But most churches don't try to reach the young people because they don't have the money. So we ain't going to deal with them and don't even understand it. You're killing your whole church. They got it if you help them. If you help them. You see what I'm saying? So it's an understanding of what do you want. I'm not saying quit your 9 to 5 tomorrow. I'm not saying that. I'm saying come up with a plan to pivot. Now, if that's what you want, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the folks that's miserable, stressed out. And if your job got you all like that, it's time to do something different. And it's been going on every day, every year, that it's just a drag. You ain't living. That means that particular job or career have faded out. That means you need to evolve. Don't be afraid to do a lot of different things and have a lot of different things going. Elon Musk and all those guys, they got a lot of stuff going. They don't handle all themselves. Yeah. You got to, how many, let me ask you this before I go. I had to sit there 3 or 4 times. How many tapes, I'm not tapes, I'm going back. How much information or YouTube videos or audio books do you know about money? Until you get that, the money ain't going to come. You're frustrated because you don't want to read. You don't want to study how money works, how money's going to change. You're dealing with money 10 or 15 years ago and don't understand how it's going to change in the next 10 or 15 years. And with the right information, you could get even when they, that tapping thing they do on the when you go to the store, instead of swiping or putting it in, you tap. I already studied that a couple of years ago. I knew it was coming. I just didn't know when. You see what I'm saying? So read, okay? I don't chase money. Money chases you. But money comes with an idea. Money comes with money wisdom. Money comes with financial literacy. That's why people that win the lottery or get big lump sum, 2 years later, they're gone. And this money is gone. If you don't learn financial literacy, the same thing will happen. You'll get money, but you won't keep it because you don't understand budgeting money, or you don't even invest your money. You're afraid to invest. Robert Kiyosaki, look him up. Dave Ramsey, excellent. These are the people that I study, and my financial matters change, and it's changing because I practice. I use the tools. Come on, somebody. I'm chasing my passion. And as I chase my passion, I got to have the money to support my passion, to finance my business, finance my company. And the same thing you can do. You're trying to figure out where the client is. It doesn't work like that. No. You start the business. It may be weeks. It may be months. I know one person, they studied. They kept going with their business. It was 2 years before they ever had a client. Whatever they call it. And now the guy got millions of YouTube followers. I can't think of his name. But for 2 years, nothing happened. Got to stick with it. He could have gave up and lost the joy of having millions of subscribers on his channel. I don't want you to live with regret. All right. I would like for those that were interested and this company helps you and bless you. You're meant to wake up to sow a seed or donation of $23. The information is up there. I'm going to put the QR code up there. I think that's right. I'm still learning this stuff. All right. Let me go here. Let me get a hold of him. Ease it down. All right. Okay. All right. There it is. So if you want to do it, the Cash App, there's the information right there. You can put your phone to it. You know how you do it. You can put your phone to it and plant that $23 seed, or you wouldn't give 230, you give 200, 2,030, you give 2,030. 2,023. I don't know where 230 from, but 223. Do that and help our company. My desire is to go put my company in every country in the world. So 190 countries. I want every last one of them for personal development and hacking minds. Okay, I'm gonna go. I've enjoyed this. I think I'm gonna pick back up. I often say that I got so much I'm doing. I got so much. I want to make sure nothing else. I don't want to go and something I want to say, and then I know I can't say it all. Can't say it all. Okay, let me say this. We started to look at why. Come the guy. He said we started looking why should I quit my corporate job? Why most of you are never going to. The reason for the latter is an experience almost always the fear of failure. And in some cases, actually, the fear of success. Okay. In the context of leaving a job, failing means making the wrong choice and ruining your future career prospects, not getting enough clients in your business and therefore not having enough money. These are all the blockages we put up. Having to crawl, I'm going to have to crawl back to my 9 to 5. And you already got that in your mind. That's what you're going to have to do. You don't have to do that. You work at it. Keep your 9 to 5. Get your side hustle. Begin to move into your passion. Begin to hang with people that do. You cannot be successful in the wrong environment. Can I say it again? Success will not come in the wrong environment. You've got to be around people that's positive. And if you say something negative and somebody corrects you, don't get upset. Who does that? Then people get on the defense. Oh, I know that. That's mental blockages. When I hear people doing that, I say they don't operate in wisdom. It was Socrates that says, one thing I know nothing. And that's the way, that's my thinking. When you telling me something, I don't care what I may know it. I may knew it 2 years ago, but doesn't mean that you may be telling me something now to update my information. Okay? Those are just coming on. It was a wonderful program. We unpacked Escape Your 9 to 5 and Pivot. Just a summary, letting people know that in the beginning, Genesis 3:19, work was a curse. Jesus came and redeemed us from the curse of the law. So you don't have to work like a dog all your life. Live your dream. Do the things that you want to do. Thank you for those that's sewing or donating, whatever you feel comfortable in terminology. I'm going to put this back up again. You can take your phone, put your phone to that. Thank you. I see you. I don't want to mention who's giving. I don't do that. That's your own personal business. Okay? All right. D. Leonard Hughes here. Thank you for listening. See you next week.